What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything you need to know about and what's happening here in our country on a daily basis. The Supreme Court makes a major decision that is going to affect, well, our entire country. We'll go over that here in this video. And Congress is working on a $1 trillion bill right now, and it looks like they have a deal in the works. We'll go over the details of that here as well in this video. If you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. It's completely free to do so. Also, thanks so much for liking and sharing these videos. It helps our YouTube channel here. And also, don't forget, we're giving away thousands of dollars here in cash. And we have been here for a while. I am doing trivia questions here every day, and you can win cash here directly from us if you can guess the answer to the trivia questions. So make sure to watch out for those here. So, all right, so let's jump right in. Here we go. Okay, the Title 42 COVID border restrictions on illegal migrants crossing the border illegally to stay after U.S. Supreme Court order here overnight. Yeah, here's the details on this. Yeah, the U.S. Supreme Court made a late night decision that the restrictions at the U.S.-Mexico border, called Title 42, that have prevented hundreds of thousands of migrants, or really even millions, from seeking asylum should be kept in place for now, siding with Republicans who brought a legal challenge. The restrictions, known as Title 42, were implemented under Republican former President Donald Trump in March 2020 at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic and gave border officials the ability to rapidly expel migrants to Mexico without a chance to seek U.S. asylum. U.S. President Joe Biden, obviously a Democrat, had campaigned on overturning Trump's hardline immigration measures before taking office in 2021, but kept Title 42 in place for more than a year. The US CDC said this year that Title 42 was no longer needed for public health reasons, which I'm shocked, to be honest. And the Biden administration has said it wants it to end, but will abide with any court rulings. A federal judge last month ruled Title 42 was unlawful in response to a lawsuit originally brought by asylum-seeking migrants represented by the American Civil Liberties Union. The judge set the restrictions to be lifted on Wednesday, December 21st. A group of 19 states with Republican attorney generals sought to overturn that decision by intervening in the case, and on Monday took their request to the conservative-leaning Supreme Court. Hours later, Chief Justice John Roberts, who is the Chief Justice, kind of the leader of the Supreme Court, in a brief order issued a stay, basically a temporary pause, that will leave Title 42 in place until further notice from the Supreme Court. The parties in the legal dispute have until Tuesday at 5 p.m. to respond, the court said. After Roberts' action, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security said Title 42 will, quote, remain in effect at this time, and individuals who attempt to enter the United States will enter unlawfully will continue to be expelled to Mexico. The Biden administration had been preparing for Title 42 to end on Wednesday, and White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said on Monday that the White House was seeking more than $3 billion from Congress to pay for additional personnel and border security, technology, migrant holding facilities, and transportation at the U.S.-Mexico border. But get this, since Biden took office in January 2021, about half of the record 4 million migrants encountered at the U.S.-Mexico border have been expelled under Title 42, while the other half have been allowed into the United States to pursue their immigration cases. It's also interesting here. Mexico accepts the return of only certain nationalities, including some Central Americans and more recently Venezuelans. Interesting. For months, El Paso, Texas, for example, has been receiving large groups of asylum-seeking migrants, including many Nicaraguans, who cannot be expelled to Mexico. On Saturday, the city's mayor declared a state of emergency to move migrants from city streets as temperatures had dropped from freezing. So it's interesting because if they come into America, they can't be expelled back into Mexico. U.S. Representative Henry Cuellar, a Democrat whose South Texas district borders Mexico, has said the U.S. border officials have told him an estimated 50,000 people are waiting in Mexico for the chance to cross. And if Title 42 remains in place, we must continue waiting, a Venezuelan migrant said as he attempted to enter the United States on December 1st, but had been sent back. It won't do us any good to try to cross again if we know they will send us back. Wow. So this is some big breaking news here today. This was set to expire on December 21st. And the Supreme Court will probably have to make a larger ruling here on this. This is just a temporary stay, a temporary pause, basically, in the order. Let me know your thoughts on this here in the comments. But if this Title 42 is not if it's not basically permanently, put in place or eventually let to be struck down or anything like that, they're expecting that 5 million plus illegal immigrants would cross over the border per year, and would not be allowed to be expelled back into Mexico. So, as you just heard, there are certain nationalities that are not allowed to be expelled back into Mexico, which to me is crazy. It's unbelievable. So, not even. I guess we have to keep them in that case. Yeah, so I guess I mean I'm assuming it's a much longer. I don't know exactly which countries all you know uh, qualify underneath that statute. I'm assuming that's a much longer travel for those people. But of course, we all know this is a very dangerous travel to do this. But man, it's just unbelievable what's going on at the border. And this happens every single day. Every single day. So let me know your thoughts here. Of course, we have the border wall. Biden and the Biden administration actually just up, and I'll show this here on the screen so everybody can see this again. It's actually, some people are just don't even believe it, but it's a stark policy change for Biden. Even I was shocked to hear this, but I guess maybe they're realizing that they probably need to do this. Biden administration working on more fixes to the Trump border wall, and the White House press secretary has actually announced this, that they're actually fixing some of like the holes and stuff in the wall. So yeah, what a stark change in policy there. You guys can let me know your thoughts here on that as well. Okay, next up, congressional negotiators roll out sweeping $1.7 trillion funding bill. $1.7 trillion. This is how much it takes to fund our government for about a year nowadays. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Here, take a listen.
Just days away from a government shutdown, and congressional leaders are out with a more than 4,000-page funding bill. Ilan Moy joins us right now with more. Nothing like making it easy, making sure it's something everyone will read through completely.
Well, that's right, Becky. And Congress is already planning to vote on that $1.7 trillion deal to fund the government before the midnight deadline on Friday. This legislation would last through the end of the fiscal year. It includes $858 billion in defense funding, $45 billion for the war in Ukraine, and $41 billion to combat natural disasters. Now, some unrelated provisions were also attached to this massive bill, such as the Electoral Count Act, the location of the new FBI headquarters, and a ban on TikTok on federal devices. And what got left out? Several key tax provisions, including the fix for the R&D tax deduction, restoration of full expensing, and the enhanced child tax credit. Now, this 4,000-page bill, as you mentioned, was just released overnight. GOP Senator Mike Lee of Utah has complained about the rush process. Other Republicans wanted to punt the vote into the next session of Congress to give the new members of Congress time to vote on it as well. But Republican and Democratic leaders in the Senate do support this bill. And Joe, it is expected to pass eventually.
Yeah, so basically looks like they have a deal here. Remember that it will need both Republican and Democrat support to pass this, particularly in the Senate, where they will need 60 votes. And the leader of the Republicans in the Senate, Mitch McConnell, the key there, because they cannot get 60 votes and they cannot pass without Republican vote in the Senate. So this will need to be a bipartisan bill to pass. They cannot pass it without Republican or Democratic support to pass this bill. Okay, so I think at least I have learned that a lot of these bills fall apart and do not get passed. So we will see here. It does look like it's moving towards getting passed. I am disappointed that they have not come to a deal for the child tax credits and the adult tax credits yet. But we'll see here. It's interesting here that Republicans just don't want to spend the money when it comes to helping families, helping children. They just don't want to do it as of right now. So I'll keep up to date here on that. Remember that the deal on the table, that R&D credit for corporations, which is expiring from the 2017 tax cuts. Republicans want to extend that, and it would potentially cost hundreds of billions of dollars, depending on how long they extend it for. Republicans want to extend that from the 2017 tax cuts. Democrats say if you want to extend that, we'd be willing to do it, but we want to extend the child tax credits and the adult tax credits for low-income adults. Republicans, right now, there's not a deal yet, and they're saying, well, Republicans are saying we don't know if we want to spend the money. We don't know if we want to spend the money. They're spending $1.7 trillion to fund the government. Yeah. So I do want to keep in mind here that even if they don't pass this, there is still a $2,000 child tax credits here. You have to do your taxes. Okay. Either way, you're going to have to do your taxes. So even if you're not required to file a tax return, you probably still want to file a tax return because you can get $2,000 per child just for filing a tax return. Okay. Remember that even last year, with the $3,000 to $3,600 child tax credits, if you did your taxes, you got that money. Okay. So there's a lot of cases where you might not be required to file a tax return, but if you do, there's a lot of tax credits, which is basically money coming back to you where you can get money. Remember that the actual stimulus checks are technically tax credits. Okay. The child tax credits, which have actually been around for almost 25 years. They're big hoopla nowadays because, the increase of the $3,000 to $3,600, everybody's all like, oh, these child tax credits, they've actually been around for almost 25 years. A lot of people just didn't know about them. Okay. Former President Donald Trump actually and his daughter Ivanka Trump were the ones that championed them and increased them from $1,000 per child to $2,000 per child. Okay, they've been around forever. And of course, they've increased throughout the years, but you just got to file taxes to do them. When the monthly payments came out, that was like the first time that they would actually send you the checks, or in this case, monthly checks, without filing taxes. But even those monthly checks were only for half the year. You still needed to file your taxes to get the checks for the other half of the year. So anybody that got the monthly checks but didn't file taxes still missed out on $1,500 to $1,800 per child. And you still might want to do that because the IRS probably still owes you $1,500 to $1,800 per child, and you just need to file your taxes to do that. Okay. Also for adults here, remember there's an adult tax credit. We'll have to see what comes through the pipeline or what happens here through the end of the year, or also with negotiations even after the year potentially, for low-income adults with adult tax credits, EITC, earned income tax credits, and what happens here even through early tax season next year, retroactively potentially. We'll have to see here because remember there's a lot of like tax credits that you can get even if you're not required to file. A lot of people are under the assumption that if you make Social Security income, that you don't have to file taxes. That's not true. You can, and a lot of people do. Millions of people do file taxes on Social Security. I'm not saying that you should, or you can, or you will, or do, or don't, because I'm not giving tax advice. Remember, I'm talking to thousands, thousands of people. Do your own due diligence by all means, because again, I don't know your specific situation. Just keep all this stuff in mind. Keep all this stuff in mind. Also remember that some states may require you to file a state tax return to get their version of a state stimulus check as well. So keep that in mind as well also, because you could be able to get that by filing a state tax return. So keep that in mind as well, because again, I'm just trying to help out as many people as possible. But again, each person's situation is different, So again, do your own research, do your own due diligence. So just part of my mission here on this channel is to help out as many people as possible. There's a lot of things we cover here on this YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Just click the subscribe button and then the bell icon down below. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks so much for liking and sharing these videos. Also, I will have a trivia question for you guys here in the next video. Remember, we're giving away thousands of dollars here in cash. And if you can guess the answer, you could win money directly from me. Also, I think I'll announce some winners here in the next video. So stay tuned for that here. You can click here to watch my newest video next. And here is my most recent video on a Social Security announcement that you probably need to know about. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.